Welcome back to the Custom Garage Build Series. I'm going to come up here because I'm going to talk about this wall here. The editor tells me that I got a little ahead of myself and I kind of skipped over some spots that we were working on. You know, we ran the wood after we had painted the wall, realized that, you know, the gray wasn't the best option here. So we ran the wood, then we started on the cabinet. I just want to go back and regroup a little bit. I hung these brackets here. This is some threaded rod with tubing, copper tubing that I painted black, extends up through the ceiling, and it's sitting up in the ceiling in the rafters on a piece of unistrut. So the sign weighs quite a bit, so I wanted to make sure I had something that would support it. That'll be going up in this area here, 4 foot down and 8 foot long. Hopefully it centers up pretty good, if my measurements are correct. But I wanted to just kind of say that you might be watching some video that looks like we kind of went forward and then backed up. And that's because we probably did that and didn't realize it. So what we want to do now is just tell you that you're going to see some stuff that's going to be kind of fast forward, and then you're going to look and say, well, God, I thought I watched part of this. So I'm going to go back through the whole wall at the end and do like an overall of everything we did, all the tools we used, whether they're specialty tools or regular stuff, and lay it all out so that it comes together and makes sense to everyone. So thank you for watching the channel. Stay tuned for more videos, quite a bit more. We've got a lot of series coming up with the cabinet, with the sign. The barn doors are in the process right now of being laid out. We're going to be moving off of this wall probably in the near future. Once we get the cabinet done, we're going to be putting a box above the cabinet, just a deeper box that I want to use. It'll have a drop-down lid on it, and I want to put some of my bigger tools in there, like chainsaws, some items that you don't use that often that you might have to get on a ladder to get, but you still want to store them away. So that's going to be happening over the top of the cabinet as well. And then we'll hang the sign, and then we'll go over a whole overall of this wall and what we've actually done, and then we'll talk about where we're going from there. I'm not sure if we're going to go back into the elevator or if we're going to be moving across the front wall above the garage doors, trimming that out with some wood and adding another 2 foot by 8 foot rack. I've decided that's what I'm going to go with. I've got a compressor that I could possibly put up there that runs lengthwise, and it's not very tall, that I could accommodate on that rack. I'm leaning towards that because I want to free up as much floor space as I can, and that would give it to me. And it would make it centrally located to the middle of the garage where we can put a pull-down reel for air, and it would be a lot easier to run a supply off of that than versus coming off of one of the other corners of the garage and having to bring stuff up through the rafters. So stay tuned for that. Right here, you can see I've already put that one in. And that'll be for like brackets you could hang in here, short brackets. They make like some hooks. I don't think I have any in stock, but they're just a hook. You can hang like a pair of gloves. You can hang something small on these side pieces as well. So we'll go ahead and put the camera back. And we're gonna go ahead and mount those real quick, get those out of the way. And then we'll start on the barn door. I wanted to show you the hardware that comes with it. You can see here I just cut down narrow pieces of the flow wall on my compound miter and just put the end trims on them. We're going to use a small Phillips screw because it'll go through the sideboard if I use anything longer than that. Can't use the original screws that come with it. But you won't see these anyway, they're kind of hidden. So I'm going to put the stool, well, let's do this one because we can probably see this one. So got this one on the wrong side. This is going to go forward here. There's lefts and rights. I don't want to mix them up. Okay. Track up. That's that way. I got this on the wrong side. All right. That. For those. I also went ahead and turn this camera a little bit, point it up. Also went ahead and added a 2x4 up here to support our rail for our barn doors, and I want you to see that. And then we got some hardware down here on the table. I'm gonna flip this camera again. See if you can get this view here. These are the rails. I'm guessing, yeah, 8 foot, so they're in 4 foot lengths. They're identical, so I don't think there's any problem in where you attach them, either end, whether they're one in front of the other. It comes with this little plate over the top to hold them together. So I'm going to slide this down, hopefully, so I can get it off the edge of the, let's see, off the edge of the table, so I can get the bolts in it.
kind of stuff you run into. I don't usually mount these doors in an inlay like that. That's basically more that's inlaid inside there. So it's going to have to be flush. That's the way it's designed, and that's what we're going to have to go with. So, good news, I can make a little wider board and cover my holes. Bad news is we're going to break for some more wooden stain and come back with the piece we need and continue with this. So stay tuned. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and the subscribe button and the bell notification. Thank you for watching.